Tonight, the Northwest Allen County School Board held its first meeting without public comment, but some who have been critical of the board still wanted to make their voices heard. Fox 55's Drew Fry joins us live from Carroll tonight, where a group of parents were protesting outside of that meeting. Drew.
Thanks, Chris. Now, this evening's public school board meeting was not a typical one. It was much shorter than usual, and part of that was because the school board did not leave room for public comment. And because of that, a group of parents stayed out in the hall chanting, and let me tell you, they were not happy. During tonight's Northwest Allen County School Board meeting, Superintendent Chris Himsel says his focus was on the 2022 budget. He says when the meeting started, he didn't even notice the dozens of parents yelling and chanting from down the Carroll High School hall. Many upset about the district's mask mandate and that tonight's meeting was closed to public comment.
Public comment is not required in school board meetings. It never has been. School board meetings are meetings that take place in public. We just have to have public observers. That's been the case for school board meetings since school boards came into existence.
NACS says the decision to pause public comment came from the Allen County Sheriff's Department, who cited safety concerns. The meeting was live streamed online and showed in the Carroll High School cafeteria. But for roughly 30 parents and kids, that wasn't enough. They're calling for resignations.
There's a misnomer that people have not been heard. People have been heard. But there are multiple sides and perspectives to the issue. There's a group of people that refuses to accept the fact that there are other people with a different perspective. But all those different perspectives have been taken into account. And ultimately, we trust the consensus of the healthcare professionals who have guided us throughout the entire pandemic.
Himsel says universal masking has worked. He says only 27 students missed class for COVID-related reasons this week, as opposed to over 600 when masks were optional. And though security guarded the board meeting, he says he's keeping his focus.
Our focus is on working with kids. That's what our focus is. And the mask requirements and the mask optional are not taken lightly. Those perspectives are all taken into account.
Himsel acknowledges he can't make everyone happy, but he's hopeful to find a way to safely allow public comment in the future. And while Himsel says he was unfazed throughout the meeting, from inside that boardroom, I could hear the chants coming from the hallway. Now, the meeting itself only lasted about 20 minutes, but a group of close to 20 parents also stayed around outside talking amongst themselves. I approached them. They said they were not interested in talking with us, but they did hang around through and after the 7 o'clock, about an hour later. Reporting live from Carroll High School, I'm Drew Fry, Fox 55 News.